The time is 7:16 p.m. Good evening. The news headline: Biafra. Kanu's brother speaks on what ESN will do in Southeast. Kanu Kanu, younger brother of pro-Biafra agitator Nnamdi Kanu, on Wednesday disclosed what the Eastern Security Network will do in the Southeast. Kanu said that the ESN would continue to defend people of the Southeast against criminals despite opposition. He maintained that the ESN would not allow criminals to take over the Southeast like the Agwatiab in Kaduna State. In a tweet, Kanu wrote, "IPOB is always right. They don't want our vigilante group ESN in Biafra land, but they are recruiting more than 3,000 vigilantes in the north. For what? We don't need anybody to defend our people. ESN will do that, and Biafra land will not be like Agwatiab of Kaduna State." ESN was established by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, over the attacks by armed Fulani herders in the region. IPOB had said ESN would stop killer Fulani herders from attacking the Southeast. And these were the words of Kanu's brother speaking about what the ESN will do in the Southeast, saying that the ESN actually would protect the Southeast people, that they are not actually going to be like the Agwatiab in Kaduna State, and saying that they don't want vigilante group in Biafra land, just like they are recruiting a whole lot of vigilantes in the north, saying that they actually do not need anybody to defend them because the Eastern Security Network are going to defend their people, and that the ESN was established by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, because of the attacks by the armed Fulani herders in the region. Rights group decry alleged intimidation of judges by IPOB. The Conference of Harmonized Civil Society Organizations in Nigeria has actually raised the alarm over alleged move by the members of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to compel judges to do their biddings. At a press conference in Abuja, the group led by one Richard Oduma claimed that IPOB has already instituted a 5 billion naira case at the Abia State High Court, Umuahia, where a judge could, out of fear of harassment, grant their plea. The group actually appealed to judges and lawyers to resist to temptations and to betray their oath of office and stick to the law in the interest of the country. The group also urged the National Judicial Council (NJC) to sanction erring judges, saying that it behooves authority to stop the secessionists from undermining the integrity of the courts. It has become obvious that the IPOB intends to use its violence-stricken sit-at-home enforcement style to force the judges to do their bidding. No amount of inducement would entice any patriots to endanger the lives of over 200 million Nigerians. Judges and lawyers who administer justice should be reminded that the survival of nations depend on the patriotism of their citizens, the rights group actually said, by Mr. Oduma Richard. Meanwhile, amid heavy presence of security agents, the Abia State High Court yesterday adjourned the suit by IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, which was seeking the enforcement of his fundamental rights. The suit, filed by Kanu's counsel Aloy Ejimako on August 27, 2021, was heard the second time yesterday by vacation judge Justice KCJ Okereke. The judge then ruled that he would return the case to the state chief judge Onuoha Ogwe, since he would not be able to dispose of the case within his remaining 9 days as vacation judge. After the session, Ejimako expressed confidence in the capacity of the court to uphold the provisions of the law by granting Kanu leave to enforce his rights. He noted that there is an unbroken chain of federal government violations of Kanu's constitutional rights that started with the lethal military invasion of his country home in Umuahia, his flight to safety in 2017, and his extraordinary rendition to Nigeria in late June 2021. At the hearing in the court, it emerged that of the 8 respondents, only 2 the Department of State Services (DSS) in Abuja and Umuahia filed their reply to the suit, even as their processes were filed out of time. He said nothing was received from the 6 other respondents, that includes the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Nigerian Army, and several others. And this was after the Conference of Harmonized Civil Society Organizations of Nigeria had actually cried out to say that the people, like the courts that are actually ruling in favor of the indigenous people of Biafra, are doing so not because they know that is not because it was right for the IPOB to be justified at the court of law, but because the IPOB are actually, compelling the judges to do their bidding, either by bribing them or by, harassing them, and then the judges have no choices than to dance to their tune because of the instituted 5 billion naira. Like one Mr. Uduma Richard claimed that IPOB has already instituted a 5 billion naira case at the Abia State High Court, Umuahia, and the judge that would be hearing it would actually rule in their favor in the grant of their plea, because the judge might likely be fearing harassment, and that the IPOB are using means of violence to threaten the judges. And the group actually appealed that the judges and lawyers should resist temptation to betray their oath of office and stick to the law in the interest of the country. However, the IPOB has actually debunked this, saying that that was not even possible for them, because they also have a legal counsel that is actually capable and is actually doing what is needed. Because if that was not the case, when the lead counsel of Kanu actually filed a case against the federal government, the Nigerian Army, and a host of others during the second time hearing by the vacation judge known to be Justice KCJ Okereke, who actually said that he was actually on vacation, so he would not be able to complete the case, saying that he would transfer it to another judge. The lead counsel Ejimako actually said that out of the 9 respondents, out of the 9 respondents, that it was only 2 that actually responded to the case that was filed against them, and the others refused to respond. And if it was actually that the IPOB were actually threatening the judges or trying to bribe them and the likes, then the other respondents from the federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Nigerian, and the host of others should be able to be present at the court of law to monitor all these things. And therefore, the lawyer also said that there is an unbroken chain of the federal government's violations of Kanu constitutional rights, because after the time that they invaded his house, which made him to flee away from the country so that they won't kill him, and now again that they have brought him back to the country through an extraordinary rendition, which is an unlawful means, then they are still avoiding means of coming to the court to express why they are taking those steps against the fundamental rights of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the time is 7:24 p.m. Good evening. Thanks for listening.